unconditional love, married upon self. Excuse me, married upon self. Get y'all some visual, right? Excuse me, I'm just jumping at the shower, but at the same time, uh, I got some positive feedback. This probably not gonna even touch everybody right now because I've always tend to be ahead of my time whenever anything I ever did. You know what I'm saying? It always comes like 2, 3 years later to anybody, maybe 5 or 10 years later, and then it's like it catches up. And that's not to boast or nothing like that. It's just a known fact. Like I've always been faster than myself. Everybody always talk about how life got created, who is God, and this type of perception, trying to contain it in some type of script form to have you inner over understand their pretense to keep you in a box as far as what actuality and reality is. I want to talk about the falsity of that. It's going to seem a little weird, but in the same breath, I believe it to be real. So they say ye are all gods. I think that was the simplest way to put it as far as inner over and understanding the simplicity of how you would talk to a lesser mind function, right? Ye are all gods, meaning the original beings, right? So that also begs to differ. We also know that our inside world that's outside of our world is inside of us. And we also understand that in our deepest thoughts, we create a particular part of our reality. We also inner over understand that our reality is shifted by our fears. Why would that be a particular? Why would our reality change based on the fears that are implemented from other individuals? If not, in fact, that in your subconscious mind, collectively, we are creating the existence. So that would that beg to differ that babies are feeding off of the mind fluid and within the dark womb are creating a form of existence right in front of us. The reason why we prepare for other aspects. Let's dig into an aspect of just thought creation, period. The tesseract, how it folds in and out. The black sun and the original sun, how the black sun absorbs negative energy and the real sun pushes it out as heat for growth. It seems like we are in a tank of creation existence, the Big Bang. You know, these people have always tried to rationalize something that they cannot realize. Is thus because there is no particular soul energy for all of that culture. They have electricity, but there's no soul energy. So when in fact we tap into one another's free mind of consciousness, depending on how loose that is, and we split, bend, and pull through the tangible, flexible existence of consciousness, which is deep down inside of us. Being able to look up and inside and pull out thoughts that we seem to feel we pull from something when in fact it's our higher self that we're connecting to. It's one and the same. Why would it be a need to pull myself to my higher self? Maybe because of the fact that you're losing yourself within the existence of physicality that is not controlled by the higher self. That has nothing to do with non creation, that has everything to do with allowance. We've allowed existence to be created. And I think this is the reason for the turmoil and the deception and the illusion and the confusion of false reality. Even when it comes to controlling purposes like government, wars, stuff of that nature, I think it has everything to do with keeping us at a certain bay from completely waking all the way up. Now, waking up is not the best term I would use. I wouldn't use waking up because of the fact that your higher self is already awake. It watches out for you. You are awake to the perceptions around you. I think to face yourself is a better perception as far as what's going on. I think we are facing ourselves. And the more you face yourself, the more you meet the higher self of you. Then bringing into existence the true inner over and understanding of possibilities through any form of creation, I deem. Ariel Nagael, God of awakening gods, God of facing the God himself. Face yourself. Look deep into you. Face you and everything around you that's been created by the aspect of how you particularly think and want things to change, how you particularly think to where things do not fulfill the aspect of your life, the exceptions, and also the, what's the right word? The settlements that you settle for and call that okay. When in fact your mind has, or your higher self has a whole different pattern that you would like to tap in on, but because of fear or lack thereof of physical attributes, you just don't. Collectively, we created the plane of existence, which is not a norm. There is nothing normal about the plane of existence. There is nothing collective about this whole scheduled working aspect. And that's just to keep you off of thinking. People like physical, tangible things, just like you like a hug or you like to get rubbed. They like physical, tangible things. Ariel Nagael, God of awakening gods. Respect, unconditional love. Peace.